What happens in the brain during a breakup? Hi, my name is Precious, and one of my bachelor's of science is in psychology. Today, let's talk about breakups, not just emotionally, but neurologically. Because the truth is, when your heart breaks, your brain literally feels it too. Here's what's really happening in your brain when you're going through a breakup. First, let's start with pain. A landmark study by Eisenberger et al. In 2003 actually showed that social rejection activates the same neural regions, specifically the anterior cingulate cortex and the insula, that respond to physical pain. These areas help process the emotional component of pain. That ache you feel after a breakup is not just imagined, it's neurologically real. McEwen et al. In 2018 actually explains that the salience network, which includes the anterior cingulate cortex and the insula, play a central role in processing emotional significant events. So things like social rejection or loss. This explains why the pain feels so intense. It's being prioritized by your brain as something that matters for your survival. Your brain interprets the loss of that social connection as if you were experiencing bodily harm. This is why breakups can feel like withdrawal, because in a very real sense, they kind of are. Your brain, deprived of the attachment and the connection that it once relied on, reacts the same way as if you were to cut off an addictive substance. It craves, it aches, it protests, and it begs for relief. When you're in love, your brain is flooded with dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin. These chemicals reinforce bonding and attachment, especially dopamine, which fires in the reward circuitry of your brain, mainly the nucleus accumbens. This is also the same region that is activated by addictive substances. So when the breakup happens, the dopamine flow crashes. The reward system flatlines and your brain goes into a withdrawal mode. You crave the person, the pattern, and even the pain just to restore some kind of balance. At the same time, cortisol, which is the stress hormone, spikes. Your amygdala is on high alert and you become hypervigilant. You're emotionally dysregulated and sometimes you become physically ill. All because the brain is treating this loss as a threat to survival. But there's more. The prefrontal cortex, which is the logical reasoning side of your brain, starts to lose its influence. This is why you might feel like you're going crazy, you obsess, you ruminate. You replay memories over and over. That's your brain trying to find meaning. Your brain is trying to make sense of something that feels like chaos. The good news is neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to change, to grow, adapt, to form new neural networks in your brain through experience, thoughts, and behaviors. It doesn't stay stuck unless your environments and your habits stay stuck. Over time, as you form new routine and forge new social and emotional networks, and when you introduce novelty in your daily experience, your brain begins to rewire itself. This is not just a vague hope, this is measurable. Functional imaging studies like Fisher et al. In 2005 and Davidson et al. In 2012 have actually shown that the brain's reward circuitry can begin responding to new stimuli within weeks of intentional behavioral change. That means things like journaling, physical exercise, and even creative expression, as well as forming new social and emotional groups and networks, are not just distractions. These are tools of rewiring. So that means the nucleus accumbens that once lit up from text from your ex start to quiet down. In time, it starts to respond to that run you took, the laughter of a friend, or the pride you felt when you pursued something that was meaningful to you. This is because your neural pathways are adapting. So you don't just get over someone, you retrain your brain to exist without them. So if you're going through a breakup, give yourself time, structure, and compassion. Don't rush your healing. Your nervous system is recalibrating. Your neurochemistry is realigning. And every healthy choice you make, every new small act of self-respect is the evidence that your brain is responding. You're not broken, you're just healing. The brain, it's incredibly resilient. That is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any thoughts, comments, questions, or concerns, and let me know if there's anything you want me to further expand on. I will also be linking all the references I used to create this video in this caption. That is all for now. Bye.